been around a lot of good teams with a lot of talent in your career. You've seen a lot of good players. When you look at the talent on this Raiders offense, I mean, there's a lot of options for tight ends, obviously, into Josh McDaniels. What are your thoughts on this offense?
Yeah, I think the organization's done a tremendous job of bringing guys at every position group, not just offense, but defense and core special teamers as well to compete and push everyone for greatness. Like speaking in my room alone, like we got a lot of guys that have truly made me better because I know I can't afford a day off with them pushing, and it's been a great collaborative environment with Coach Jerry and all the guys in the room, and it's made for a fun group where we push each other. But at the same time, we also have fun with it. After all, like we're playing a kids' game. Sometimes we forget that. So we have fun, but we also push each other to be better daily.
Is there a level of excitement for you knowing the way that Josh McDaniels has utilized tight ends and his offensive schemes?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, candidly, he's the guy who revolutionized the 12 personnel offense. So I'd be lying to you if that didn't, come across my mind when I was given the opportunity to join this organization. So I'm just trying to take the coaching, apply it daily, and put my best foot forward and see how it shakes out.
Obviously Michael Mayer not able to be there today, and you are right now the starter, at the position. But at 28, are you already, kind of ready to also do a mentor role while also being the starting tight end, or is that something you're not thinking about just yet?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's just part of being a good teammate. Like, doesn't matter what year you are. Like, I'm an open book. Without getting into names, I'll just say I was a young player, and I wish some things were handled differently with me being a young tight end. So I said to myself, like, if I make it that far down the road, like, it's never going to be a closed book. If, by all means, I let Jerry coach. I mean, it's his room ultimately. But if there are little tidbits, little things that have helped me that can help him, make the jump a little quicker, I definitely don't hold any secrets, if that's what you're asking.
Austin, when you were in Atlanta, there was a lot of talent on those offenses, Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, guys like that.
Sanu, yeah, all of them.
Yeah, and you had some big numbers. You found your way in those offenses. When you look at this offense and this collection of talent, are any similarities to that and ways that you can see that you're going to be able to find your niche?
Yeah, certainly. There's a ton of talent at every single position group. It makes it awesome when you have a strong, what we feel is a strong running game and have a ton of options like you alluded to in whatever set we come out there with. So it's just, going back to the original question, it's fun for us all as an offense to push each other, hold each other accountable, and strive for greatness daily.
What's been your relationship like with Jimmy, just not only here as a teammate, but just prior to that? Like, what are some things that you like about him on the field, but also off the field as a teammate?
Yeah, what you see is what you get. I mean, it's cool, calm, collected, and as a quarterback, that means a lot because, all QBs know this, whether they like it or not. At the end of the day, everyone's looking at you and the head coach. So if you have the aura of calm, the soldiers will be calm. And I really appreciate that about him because when you get into the huddle, it's calming presence. Everyone can and delivers the information so we can get out there and get going. So it's just subtle little things like that I really appreciate.
Was there a moment when you picked up on that calm, meeting Jimmy or just kind of interacting with him? Was there a particular moment when you were like?
Yeah, that happened years ago off the field. I won't get into. Great guy.
As a veteran, what are your thoughts on the preseason, on the games where some guys get an opportunity but others get to get some rest?
Yeah, I think every opportunity you get to go out there, you got to give it your all. I mean, you can't afford to not go hard, right? Because that's when you do get hurt. So I've no idea what anything. I'm just a player. If they tell me to go, I'm going. But my mindset is, this is a real football game. At the end of the day, your body doesn't know the difference if you get smoked running across the middle, if it's regular season or preseason. So you definitely have to have your mind right and go to a special place and get ready to compete.
Off the great question, but Stanford and Cal are kind of in a little bit of no man's land right now with the Pac-12.
Mike, you want to take this one away? I don't know, man. Like, might be playing San Francisco City College here. I don't.
How much does it hurt though to see the conference that
dissolve? Yeah, it's brutal, but I mean, college is a multi-billion-dollar business, and Cal and Stanford are academic schools. I mean, it is what it is. So, I mean, those are questions way above my pay grade. I'm just sitting back watching the ESPN ticker just like you guys every day. I don't know anyone that's still there anymore since they have a new staff come in. So your guess is as good as mine on this one. I hope that they'll find a resolution that makes sense. But, you know, again, I'm way out of my depth on this one.
On the back end of that, a couple of days ago, David Shaw was here at practice.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get to chop it up with him at all?
Absolutely great man. Eternally grateful for him. I mean, what you see is what you get. Like, he's a great dude. Like, he's one of those rare people. How you see him on television is actually how he is in real life. The more people you meet, you realize people are different when the camera's on them and off. But what I always appreciate about him is he was the same man every single day, and he affected, you know, thousands of lives in a positive way. So I'm very, very grateful for him.
With you being a Stanford guy, Jesper's Ivy League, Mayor, Notre Dame, is the tight end room the smartest in the building?
Whew, loaded question. Well, if you ask the boys, we think so, you know, but I'm sure some position groups will respectfully disagree. But yeah, I like where we're sitting in the tight end room.
Another thing is, when I was talking to him, he also said that you were low-key a Raiders fan growing up. So with that being said, you know, how cool is it to kind of play for a team that you kind of, by proximity, was a fan of growing up?
Yeah, for sure. East Bay kid. Grew up watching the Raiders and Niners, just Bay Area sports fan in general. Athletics, Giants, you know, the Warriors, even when they were trash. Now everyone's a Warriors fan. It's hilarious. No one remembers when Baron Davis was out there bawling in front of 40 people, but yeah. So, I mean, Bay Area guy. I've been given the unbelievable privilege of being a part of this organization. So, yeah, I mean, it's business, but there's about once or twice where I kind of sat back. I was like, wow, like, this is pretty cool. Like, smell the roses a little bit, but, like, let's get back to work.
Austin, are there any veteran tight ends or tight ends you've played with or watched that Michael Mayer reminds you of?
That's a great question. You gotta give me a second on this one. I feel like his style is very unique. Like, there are aspects where you can see some Zach Ertz at the top of the route. There are some aspects at the line of scrimmage where you can do some Jordan Reed stuff. That's a great question just off the top of my head. Like, you're going to have to give me I'm going to have to answer that for you another day, but he's really talented and can do a lot of different things at a lot of different spots. So it's fun to have a young guy who's hungry like him in the room, who's doesn't have an ego, who's humble and is willing to learn. So it makes, you know, me the older guy, like, if I say, hey dude, like, I would do this differently, he's like, got you, and you see him go out there and do it, and it's, you know, helps him out a ton, and like makes me feel good. Like, it's just being a good teammate.
Well, are you guys good?
Thanks. Thanks.
Thank you. Appreciate it.